Way, finally, man. I said we were going to be live at 11:30, and now it's 5 minutes past 12. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maria Banga, founder of the association Hope for the Abuse and the Battered. It's been a while I did a live video, and so much has been going on, and I don't know how to qualify 2020 anymore. But we are here. We've been working and we've been doing our best. We recently rounded up Project AAF, and we keep working. And one of the things I love doing is working with partner organizations. And I decided to start hosting some founders who may want to have an open conversation with me about their journey, about every other thing that is on, what can I say, on the table right now. As organizations, especially humanitarian organizations, of course, when things happen, you kind of get concerned whether it's in your focus area or it's not in your focus area. And then if it's in your focus area, you sometimes want to talk with other people, to have other opinions, and to share success stories, to kind of hug each other through our challenges and all of that. So my very first guest is called Moh Harriet. She's the founder of the MOH Foundation, which just happens to be her name, right? MOH, Mother of Health, right?
Yes.
MOH Foundation. So she was in Douala for a couple of days, and I was very honored to host her. She's going back today, and I'm like, no, you can't go back without sitting with me and having this conversation. Once again, I wanted to do this through StreamYard or through live stream. It didn't go. I wanted to do it on the laptop for some reason. Then the electricity went up. And I was okay, we'll just sit like this and have an informal conversation. So Harriet, good morning.
Good morning.
Talk the way people can hear.
Good morning, mommy.
It's even afternoon. Yes, Mark. I love when people call me Mark. Just take away all the complications. How do you feel?
I feel very happy. I'm glad to have spent the past days with you, and what I've learned so far, it's so amazing. I think I've learned a lot staying with you and with your boys.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm going back a lot, and I hope to come back someday.
Oh, we can't wait to have
with
you
guys again.
Yeah, the boys love having people around, in our small cocoon at home and everything. And I'm very happy to hear that. So, one thing that struck me was that you have an organization. And I remember when I saw you the last time in Boya, you told me you were focused on raising your organization. And I was like, oh, this is some real vision. Like, wow, you want to focus on building your organization. How old is your organization?
My organization has been existing for 2 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, and it hasn't really been easy because I've been doing everything almost by myself, like financially.
Sometimes it's like that when you start.
Yes.
I remember when I started too.
So, but even when I had some other projects, there was a time I was supposed to have a project in Batoke, and some people I went to, men, they only wanted me to have sex with them before they can give their support, and finally I just had to forget about them and do at my own pace and with the little money I had, and the church also supported me.
Wow, so that's one of the challenges of having an organization and then almost all on your own and as a woman, and oh my goodness.
It's not really easy, especially being a woman. Yes, because you meet many people, people who are even able to help you, but they want just one thing from you. So it's because you cannot sell off your dignity because you want to achieve your dream. Sometimes you just have to push hard, and then you do it with your own little resources, and it's better that way rather than selling off yourself because you want to see those dreams come true.
I don't think I had a direct challenge from a man like that, but I think they do flirt, but I didn't put two and two together. But you are right, I actually also turned down getting close to some people who might have looked like they could sponsor or they could support, if they want to just start going in that direction, meet me here and all of those things, I just stop. That is true. So how have you felt like in the 2 years or a year and a half you've been on the field? Do you look like it's worth it, or let me just stop?
Yes, I'm happy that I've been doing this work, because when I was still a little girl, whenever somebody asked me, what do you want to be, I said, I just want to take care of people. I want to take care of children. Oh, I always had this passion in me. Yes, but I didn't know how it was called that time, that it could be maybe a humanitarian or something like that. But I just knew that taking care of less privilege and all that was something I really wanted to do. So I'm happy that, even I might be feeling that I started too late, but it's never too late though. And I'm happy that I've been able to do it, and this is the second year that I've been active into it. So far, the people I've met, the children I've met, I'm happy that I'm able to impact them somehow. Though we cannot keep going back to one and the same places, but I'm sure that sometime I'll pass again to some of those places I've been to see them again and share with them one or two things.
And have you been able to, work on your visibility, like, virtually, online? There's a lot that goes on online nowadays, and COVID has just made it like, if you're not online, then where else are you?
Yes, really, I've realized that I've become more active on social media. Yes, because of what I do. I had my Facebook account long time ago, but I hardly post and all these things. But recently, it's very important, because that is the first place where you can be visible.
Yeah, and then when you want to work with people, like, people out there, not necessarily people in your small circle there, you need to put yourself out there so that they can, note. So do you have something like a website? Not yet.
No, not yet, but I have a Facebook page.
Is it active?
MOH Foundation, which is, yes, it's active. It's active, and I'm on different platforms like LinkedIn, WordPress.
Oh wow! Where fellow WordPress sister.
Where I share my little work. So I've had some people calling here and there. Like a friend called me recently that she wants to donate to the children. So I'm very happy. Gradually, people are beginning to see what I've been doing, and they want to get involved. They want to really support me in and helping these children. It's all about them anyways.
And have you been able to register your organization? That's something some people say is challenging, and maybe I was so lucky, given I'm a lawyer. I don't know.
No, I haven't, but I'm already working on that. Okay. And I already have somebody who I've been calling that he wants us to share a space together.
Wow.
Yes. So
do you think that it's easy in this, let's say in the southwest as compared to in the littoral? I don't know. Yes. I mean, you've been here for some short time. You might have also seen some people this way who have organizations. Do you think they have it easy? Do you think it's, I don't know?
No, I don't think it's easy for anybody at all, but you just have to know where you're going to, and then you have to push it, because there's no way. It's never too easy for anybody. It's just about you pushing it, and connecting with the right people, and sending out your vision to them, so that you guys can all come together and do something big. Yeah.
So you have to work hard. You have to think about your connections.
Yes.
You work hard, you think about your connections, you focus on your visibility too, because that's also how you can be accountable, right?
Yes.
People will know that you're actually doing what you said you are going to be doing. So if you are raising funds, they are seeing that you are using those funds to do what you said you were raising the funds to do.
Yes.
Okay.
That's reliability. Yes, you have to show that you're reliable before they can trust you and support you financially, materially, and whatever support they decide.
And what about team building? Have you had any challenge with that? I know you said so far you're alone, but have you even tried to have people even manifested interest come and then gone, or what?
Yes. I've had people working on some few projects, and even friends.
Yeah.
Yes. Recently they've been writing. There's somebody who wrote me from Bamenda that wants to volunteer, but it's in Bamenda. So I was still looking at the possibility of him doing something there under the my foundation, and some other my younger sister's friends have been calling. They want to join the team, but they also have their own schedules. So we have not really built a team, but we're looking forward to that.
And I think that sometimes you also need to know what you want them to do. Because if people just want to come and go to the field, there's time when the work is not on the field at all. You have to build it up. You have to write, for example, if you want to put yourself out there, the Facebook page has to be updated. Yes. People who have to do write-ups, sometimes you just have to keep doing write-ups and putting it out there, or sending those emails, learning how to do all of that. And frankly speaking, for me, that was a challenge, and it's still like, well, I just have to do all of that alone. I do my social media really like alone, I mean, when I had a project, my son, I had some people, him in particular, but I still did a lot. I remember even trying to get the team to do live videos too sometimes, or just do some short videos so we can put on the YouTube channel. It wasn't easy, and I'm like, but how are we going to grow? And I'm like, after everything, maybe they think it's your thing.
Yes.
So, you had that experience too.
Yes, they always think that it's your thing, so they're not.
And I used to tell them, look, it's your life. You're actually you're learning from this experience to use that knowledge tomorrow. So don't be thinking that it's my thing.
Yes.
Because you would go, yes.
I started volunteering with MOH Foundation. That was when things.
Oh, you did?
Yes, things were really bad for me. Things were really bad for me that time, but I took the challenge. I had nothing. She wasn't paying me. Nothing. I mean, I was sacrificing my time, money, and every other thing. Thank God I had a friend who had a space in there, and then she said, come and stay with me, because I lost my home where I was living. That's a whole lot of story. I don't even want to talk about it now. So I had to move in with my friend, took my baby to my mom, came back to Boya, started living with my friend and volunteering. Truly, that girl supported me with housing and feeding and every other thing, because I was volunteering. No payment, nothing.
But you learned from that experience. I learned a lot.
And sometimes when we want to complain, she just say, it's your thing. You're learning it for yourself and not for me. So sometimes we feel bad, like maybe she doesn't want, but at the end of the day, here I am.
Okay, now you have come and seen me in Douala, and I mean, I have an office, I have all of this, but this is not how I started. My son will tell you, I worked in my room that you saw for months and all alone, and there were times when I remember once I asked somebody to send me 1,000 francs. That is how. Sometimes when you want to kind of focus on this thing, all other things you don't have that kind of interest for them too. And people could not understand. My mom could not understand. People were like, what are you putting all your time into like that? Because you also have to watch a lot of things. You have to read, and people will not know what you are doing at that time.
Yes, that's another challenge I had with my family. When you've gone to school and then they expect you to have a job, a paid job for that matter, and then you're providing for maybe your younger ones and other, but when I'm not giving that support, it's a problem, and they begin to think that maybe it was a waste of time sending me to school. So many people have been saying that, my family, this, that I've been saying one or two things that really got me discouraged, but thank God I didn't get discouraged, because I kept pushing and pushing. And now my father is already asking me, how is this your foundation thing?
How my goodness, even my father.
I'm just telling that I haven't had any project recently, but I'm hoping to do something soon. So that's it.
At least the thing for me is that I have other things that I am doing too, so I can spread out some too. But I really love the organization. At times when I'm like, I want to give up, but
it's not really easy.
Have you ever felt like
easy? Yes. Oh, many times I felt like, maybe I should just hold on this thing and then focus on something else. But it's not really about the money all the time. You see, I had one friend who always say, hey, when this is your volunteerism thing, when will you start earning your own money, when will you start doing things and having your own money, and people are using you, people are doing this, and you take your money, you go and sacrifice, and the next day maybe you're asking me for money and things like that. So
okay, for how long did you volunteer?
I volunteered with Nuela for 1 year, for 1 whole year.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey, my grandson, she say kudos. You're going to be my next guest, grandson. She has her own called the Network for Solidarity, Open Empowerment. You were telling me you wanted to
volunteer.
Yeah, volunteer. I need to add you. We need to, because working together like this for me is the best way.
Yes.
You know, you learn and share, and you grow together. So we have to do this. Maybe you volunteer in Boya and also come to Douala, because I'm not having many people in Douala
I'm ready
already.
anytime.
I'm so happy. We will really work towards that. Okay, let's come now to domestic violence. You know, this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Yes.
I mean, what do you think is going on? What is domestic violence to you? You told me you are a single parent, right?
Yes, I'm
Okay, maybe you had some small experience with domestic violence. Is not only the physical, the beating. It could be just feeling feeling like this thing is not working, and let me take myself out of this situation. Did you have any experience like that, or you know, maybe with the people you work with?
I had that experience, not really with the people I worked with, but with relationship. Like my baby's father. Yes, we were together for like 8 years.
Wow,
and
8?
During those 8 years, I saw a lot of signs I wasn't going to work, but I kept pushing and struggling to make things work. Yes, so that was where I really failed big time, because from his family, let me say for him, he really didn't have any problem. There was pressure from his mom, his family. There were times that the mom would insult me, and she really said over her dead body, this thing is not going to work and all. But there was a period when he saw that no, moving into their house was the best way to get me together with his mom. But when I got there, it was worse. She insulted me. Yes, there was food. She gave me food, but she's that kind of person. She gives you food, the next minute she's insulting you behind, saying something, and then she even called me a girl from the Carrefour. No, if my son cannot get married to a girl from the Carrefour, then at one point I look at myself, but I have my degree, and then what am I really doing here? I was stressed up. People who knew me, they saw that I was really in stress, and well, my family just let me be, because first of all, I moved in there without their knowledge, and they were just like, anyhow, we want to do it, it's your concern, but the day you die there, we'll just come and take you and bury you. So I lived with them for 6 months. There was a lot of disrespect from his younger ones, and the mom was not making it easy.
You lived with them for how long?
For 6 months.
Okay, but you guys were together for like 8 years.
Yes, we were together for like 8 years. We started when I just got to university.
Okay, but he wasn't physically violent,
Yes, he was.
Oh, really? Okay, so you really have an experience.
Yes, physical, emotional, and all that. Yes.
Oh, okay. So you know firsthand, in addition to maybe working with other people who have been because for that, what is your purpose really with your organization?
My focus first is with children. That's children who go through torment and all that, maybe from stepmothers, relatives, and torture, even from their own parents. Any child that is suffering from torture, because that's what I went through. I was born out of wedlock, so I grew up with my stepmom, and I grew up in fear, because she was that kind of person, always beating and whenever I was going through something, I hardly say it. So every stress I went through, and I even had some sexual harassment when I was a child, like 3 times from 3 different men, but I could not say it because I was afraid.
So children, we need to work, we need to focus on our children, we need to give them the best we can give, right?
Yes.
So that they don't grow up tomorrow and be these abusers or these victims and perpetrators and all what we are seeing in society today.
Because it's from that stage that they develop those things, and by the time they get to their youthful age and they are manifesting it, and then we think that maybe it's spiritual, but it's from that stage when they were still very small that we neglected.
I saw how you were interacting with those children at that event. When was that? On the 10th of October when you came.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So do you have those kind of events too with children?
Yes, I've been to God First Orphanage in Batoke, St. Grace and Bunduma in Boya.
Where is that?
And Bunduma. It's at Bunduma Gate.
Okay.
Yes. Right inside. Their boat is just by the road, but the place is right inside.
Wow.
I went there with my team, the UNESCO Peace Ambassadors. We had a program last year on World Peace Day. So we visited them and had a small activity with them. And then I've been to St. Glory's Orphanage with CCF. There's one organization in Goya, CCF, still in Goya, at the Malingo. Malingo.
Wow.
So we went there on World Volunteerism Day to clean the environment, and then we taught them how to prepare fried rice and things like that. We shared this small thing we had.
And what's your greatest joy working with those children?
Oh, whenever I visit them, I feel fine. I feel better. I feel like I'm already doing what I love doing.
You see yourself again.
Yes.
You see how you're showing yourself that love.
Yes.
And all of that.
Like I'm giving them hope. That's something I never had, but they're having it, so I'm happy.
So what do you think about talking domestic violence to children? Should we just talk to them, or even the way we relate with them, show them by our actions?
Yes, you cannot just tell them, but you have to also do the action, because I believe they copy more of the action than even what you tell them. Yes, because if they see you tell a child don't fight, but they see you fighting, they'll just copy, say this, I'm copying this, and see that's all. But they will not be able to retain what you tell them. But from your action, that's what they will copy. Like they say, children always copy the bad things. Yes, it's easy for them to copy the bad things.
So these people who grow up and abuse their partners, be it man or woman, and go as far as killing, like the young girl who was murdered in the US, I think on the 18th, shot in front of her own 3 children 10 times. I'm like, who brought up that guy? I know that you cannot, people say you give birth to a child, you don't give birth to their heart, but at least you can influence that. They don't grow up, they're not born knowing like anything, that, right? They're born like that, and we also teach them, we encourage them to walk, teach them to say please and thank you and stuff like that. So I think we have a lot to do,
yes,
right?
The environment where they grow up, maybe the kind of friends they make, maybe in school or in the quarters, because it's not just about what they copy from home, even the way they relate with friends out there. Maybe they go to their friends' houses and see the way their parents behave, and they choose to copy it.
Okay, so the environment, not in terms necessarily of the quarter, but of what they're exposed to. Because I know people who have come from Mutengene who are models, reverend sisters and stuff, and other people have come from Mutengene and they are. So I'm like, no, it's not about Mutengene, it's about the individual and the exposure, the family, all of that. So it's very important. Now
yes, my younger brother, he wrote the advanced level and failed. And during the whole of this year, he was always online late night. When I'm online, I'm online working late at night. I also see him. One day I asked him, what do you really stay up doing online? He just laughed, and then he said he was going to surprise. I didn't know. I thought I was the only one observing, but I didn't know my mother's younger sister too was observing the same thing. And when they spoke to him, he said, "No, I'm going to surprise you guys." Okay, now the GC is out, and he failed.
And COVID just came and even gave them more time to stay at home and do what they want, because they could not go to school anymore.
But I realized that he was instead making the kind of friends he was with during that time. The children who were not even going to school, they don't even have anything doing it. I told them, how
was he going to come and subscribe?
And one of them was a neighbor's child. But they think that maybe I don't like it. No, he said the fact that it's a neighbor's child does not necessarily mean it's supposed to be your friend. You're supposed to make friends with people who you learn something from, and you can always share and something positive too. Not just working out late night and you're online late night. What do you really stay up doing late at night?
Well, I think he's going to learn now. Sometimes experience is the harshest teacher. And now, talking about rape, we still cling on children. Like, what do you think about this whole thing? Because the way the thing is becoming alarming, I'm like, the other day I saw something, a 3-year-old child. Like,
it's funny.
Another 3-year-old child again, 2-year-old child. How can we who are supposed to protect children be the ones violating these children in such a way? What do you think?
I think, I don't know how I can even say it, because it's so bizarre that, because when people start saying that indecent dressing here and there, and then we see the age group of children who are being raped, so it's not even on, it should not even be focused on that indecent dressing anymore. I don't even know if I should say it's a spiritual something, because what does that child really have on her? What they really have on them that will attract you to that point?
Why should you even look? I cannot look at a child, even my son or a 25-year-old boy, and even think that I can. So I don't really know. I don't know how a man or 30 or 20 or whatever can see a small child. I really want to focus on child.
Some people
How
say,
can you?
Some people say it's spiritual. I don't know. Because this is something we cannot really be able to
Or
see
it's a perversion also. Like,
yes,
maybe people are just they are just like,
okay, like,
maybe it can be interesting. Maybe I can get better satisfaction if I if I violate a child. I don't know.
And the worst is nobody is even wanting to help, because the family, sometimes it's difficult to even help these people, or difficult to really understand what's going on, because the families themselves, they hide it. There's one situation I witnessed. My mom too was one of the people who would even discourage me to follow up. There was this man in our compound where we live. He was abusing children. Like, the story I got was that he calls them whenever they're in his house. He calls one of them to his room, and then uses his finger to insect in their vagina. And so it has been happening for a very long time. Then one time he did it now to one small girl who is 2 years, and he has been doing that to that girl's elder sister. So the eldest one now caught him doing that to the sister and threatened to tell their mom. Then he gave now the child 20,000 francs to keep her mouth shut. So the child went to school and was spending the money anyhow. The friends saw that, where did you get this money from? They went out to the house and reported to her mom that, well, our friend has been spending money in school these days, and we don't know where she took the money from. So they threatened her, and the mother used an hot iron, threatened her, and then she said it was that man that gave her the money because she caught the man doing this or that to the younger sister, and that's how the thing escalated. And then it happened that he has done it to almost all the other young girls in the compound. But then the mothers of those other girls were against it. According to them, they felt that maybe their children will be exposed and all that. And then they gang up now to say it was a lie, that the man has never done it to their own children, that it's because that woman's children, they are spoiled, that's why they have done it to them and all that. That's how the woman was discouraged, because even when I explained the thing to one barrister who was interested in it, we came right to the compound to carry out information. We met the woman, wanted her to really say what happened to her children, but she said her husband has refused, that he doesn't want to hear about it again. He doesn't want anybody to get involved, and he just wants to catch the man himself, and then he's going to kill the man. Then I said, but that's even going to escalate to something else, because killing somebody now will even take you to prison, and they'll not even hear that it's because the man did this or that to your child. So let them allow us to handle it. And the woman said no, she cannot do what her husband has already refused her from doing. So it's so difficult sometimes to even intervene in this situation, because the parents themselves, they are not willing to collaborate with us who want to intervene and see how we can give help, but they don't know the after effect of these things to those children, because when they grow up and then they start having some funny kind of feeling and all that.
I'm listening to you with so much attention, because I mean, you are also on the field in the other side, if I can say so. And I also have a case right now. I'm trying to solve that case, and I'm like, is it even going to be easy? Like, somebody who has taken in some children, some IDP children, to kind of help them, and then he's abusing these children. But how do I go about this? Because I hear that first of all, the family, the people who kind of talk to me say, please don't say, let nobody know that we are involved.
Yes.
So it's like they don't want to talk, and so even if there's a follow-up, who are you going to talk to?
Yes.
Secondly, one of the girls said she told her mom, and her mom said, hey, I beg, don't talk. He's the one sending you to school. So it's like, is the mom selling the child?
Yes.
Is the mom kind of like giving the child away?
They don't care anymore. Money is now very important. There was one other case that happened in Boya. This driver that raped a little girl.
Wait, before you even talk, God, so if you say we report them to who? Given that even the police don't care. So if we report to the police will not do nothing.
Yes.
I think we just have to continue talking and blasting, and one day. But for now, reporting, after all, when people go to the police, it's not the same police that will tell you to sort that thing out.
Yeah, say it's a family thing. Some of them just say it's a family thing, go home and talk about it. Or they even say you guys should negotiate. Maybe your family, the family of the perpetrator should give money to the victim's family, and that's it. That's all. They go home and life continues. but then he's a victim that is in pain and all that. Even in the nearest future, we don't know what will happen.
So what was this other case you wanted to talk about?
Okay, it's this driver. He has actually attempted something like that on me like 2 years ago. Yes, but he made away with my phone and other stuff. Yes, so it's just this year March that I saw on one group that this driver has done this to this child, and when I opened the picture, it was the same
that driver in Boya, that taxi driver.
Yeah, that taxi driver.
Wow.
So I just said, oh, thank God, now he has been caught with another.
Wait, he used to carry people in his taxi.
Yes, he carries people in his taxi, and because what happened with me that day was that I was in a taxi. I entered a taxi from Bundu, how they call Bokwango. So coming down just before the Ark of God, there's one entrance there.
I know that Ark of God, that man's church.
Yes, there was one uncompleted building there, and then a small road that leads to that building. He just entered. I was the only one with him. I was seated in front. He just entered that entrance before I could realize that, because I was manipulating my phone. Then we were just talking, and he was saying, hey, why are you coming from? You're looking very shabby like this, and we were just talking. I said, well, now because money, no, they were just discussing something like before I could know it, he just entered that room.
Wow.
Then he threatened me, that he's going to rape me if I try to shout. But actually I did not really see, because he was just threatening and then struggling to remove something from where he was sitting. Like he said, I'm going to harm you if you do this, if you do that. Finally we talked. He said no, he has always vowed to himself that any girl that he meets, he's going to do 1 or 2 things to the girl because of the experience he had with other women in the past. So he wants to be revenging now on other girls. I told him that, but this is not going to help you. And then he even told me that I will never be able to catch him, that he's so smart and swift. So I was surprised that I was finally caught. But he made away with my phone and my ID card. I had to do another ID card.
How did he take them? He took your bag?
Okay, yes, my bag I left it like inside the car. So I begged him that, okay, I want to ease myself. After begging and crying for, my friends have been calling, he took my phone and switched it off and all that. My friends have been calling, I can't even talk to anybody. So he did that. Okay, I begged him that, okay, I want to ease myself. So when I stepped out of the car, he just entered his car. He entered his car and took off.
He went off. He went away.
He
realized that it is going to be difficult. Oh my goodness! What? I mean, I would never have known.
Before doing that, before stepping out, because when he entered that entrance and I struggled to open the door, he hit me on my face. So my face was really swollen. So even as he ran away, he ran off, and then I tried to follow the car and fell. So I had bruises on my legs like that. So those are the injuries I sustained in the course of all that incident. And this little girl too, that he did the same to. He beat the girl on the face.
I remember. I saw it on Facebook. I couldn't imagine that you have a personal experience with that guy.
With that same person.
Sweet. Kama is a bitch.
Yes. So, but then after I tried to follow up personally, even the president of Drivers Union, he was interested in the case because it's my friend too. So he told me to find out about the girl's family and see how we can help them. But after every investigation, we were told that the family of the guy said we're going to pay them 150,000
about the case.
So when the mother of the girl refused, they said, "No, if you care, you refuse, we'll go to the police and give them money there, and her son will be released." And that was it.
Oh no!
So I don't even know. And then I tried to reach the family. Now they told me that the girl and the mother that have gone back to what I say, Kona.
Yeah, well, they just leave and go. And the girl lives with that trauma. Oh my goodness! So these are the kind of things we have to just keep talking about, and I'm just so grateful that you talk about your own experience without any. That's me, I talk about my personal experience, because that's sometimes when people hear those experiences, those who are going to bash, but we don't care about those people because they want to silence you so they can continue doing what they are doing, and we have to be the hope. We have to keep talking and talking. If we have personal experiences, we use them. If we don't have them, we talk about the ones we know. So people know that we are talking about real things, not just things that are happening in America or wherever. Oh my goodness. So
I remember that when I put up this this particular incident about that driver on Facebook. There was somebody that wrote to me privately and said he needs to know where the girl lives and everything about the girl, but I became suspicious of that person because I went and checked his profile and everything. I saw that he was friends with that guy on Facebook. So I just thought that maybe I just said no. I decided not to ever answer him again. They
wanted to go and silence her or whatever. This is so pathetic. So what is the last thing you can say? I mean, with all what's going on, I don't know. Some people say I blame parents. Somebody said, but I'm like, in the end, I will take it back to parents. What else can we do?
Okay, as parents, it's not easy. It's not, because we cannot watch our kids 24/7.
Yes,
it's impossible because sometimes they step out of the house to go play with their friends, and sometimes they go to far off places where you don't even know, but you're in the house and thinking that the child is just outside.
But 2-3-year-old, should they be going to far off places?
No, like maybe
even
parents,
4, 5, 6, 7.
We might not be home. Some of us who are busy, we might just leave them in the house, and then nobody to care for them, and then somebody just enters the house and take advantage of them, especially when they know that their mother is always out working. Maybe they know your time, everything, your schedule, your work schedule. They just take advantage of the time. They know you're not there to sneak in the house and take advantage of the children. About those who maybe they get raped when they're coming back from school and all that, maybe parents should also now sacrifice some time to take their children to school and then go back to bring them back home after school and all that. But for how long are we going to do that? For how long? Like, it's like God is the only one really protecting some of us whose children are still fine and all that, because it's not really my child goes to a school that is just within the quarter, but I'm not still happy because of what is happening. I just feel like, what if she leaves school one day and somebody just, and I always tell her, don't receive bonbon. In fact, don't even greet anybody. As you're going to school and you're coming back, don't greet anybody, even if it's a person that
sometimes you know. Even at home now, you should not even talk to your uncle again.
I said don't greet anybody.
Oh my goodness.
And even so in the compound where we stay, I tell her, I've shown her the houses, the rooms that she's not supposed to enter. So you see this uncle, don't enter. Even if he calls you to send you, don't. And if tell him that your mother has said she doesn't.
Okay, what do you think if we also start talking to people who might even have these urges to come in? Because we're only talking what we are saying. Okay, let's talk to our children how to say no, how to not go out and all of those things. Okay, what do we say to the people who do this kind of things or who might even want to do this kind of things? For me, it's like rape is wrong. Do not rape. Because if people don't even think about doing it, then the children will be safe and we will not be worried about our children.
How do we even know somebody's mind in the first place to even know that that's what they have on their mind to do? It's so difficult. It's so difficult to go about this thing. I mean, to have results 100% on the safety of children.
So we'll just continue talking. We'll just continue raising awareness.
Yes. And maybe propose on what punishment to be given to such people, because it's like nobody cares. They don't care. They do it and they get away with it, and it gives them more power and strength to keep doing it, and they'll keep doing it.
And we are going to wrap up on this campaign, because for me it's a very straight campaign. It starts with me. You know, if everybody became conscious and took on that responsibility, that it starts with them to kind of do whatever they have to do. It starts with you, the mother starts with you, the teacher starts with you, the uncle starts with you, everybody. It's like if we talk about rape to the point where even you, that uncle in the house or anybody, you already know that, hey, the way they talk about that rape, if I try, I'm finished.
Yes.
But if we don't talk about it and we are making like, it's a taboo, you know, they don't talk about it in church, they don't talk about it in country meeting, they don't talk about it where it's like, no, it is not a taboo. It should not be a taboo. So I'm very happy, Mommy. I just hope that more events that you are going to have, you find a way to introduce this conversation there too, and we'll really see how we are going to do it in Boya. I'm happy you're coming on board, because I don't think that only going to school should be enough. We need to go into the communities too.
Yes,
because when you talk only to the children, maybe they are from homes where nobody cares, so nobody thinks there's something to talk about. So they will know, and then they would not go and talk about that. But we talk to the children in school, we talk to the parents at home,
Yes.
we talk to the people in the village meeting, we talk to people. One day I hope even in church we can start going there to talk.
If only they'll give us.
Yeah, that is the thing too. If only they'll allow us to go in there and talk. Because I heard some some priests saying, oh, but I'm like, why I don't want to go there anymore. I went to one, I wrote, and they said they'll get back to me, and they never got back to me. And I know that they do get back to people, to say it's okay. Or they even say the very day you come there and talk, they say, oh, hey, you have 10 minutes. But me, they said, no, they'll get back to me, and they never got back to me. So I'm like,
because
they don't want you to talk about that kind of thing, I'm like, well, one day.
What kind of punishment can we really give the people?
The law, this is my penal code. I'm embarrassed because I'm a lawyer, and I'm like, whatever, but I think what will happen is the more activism we have, the more people come together, the more activities we do, the more we put our faces up there, the more petitions we do. I remember once my grandson started one when this little child was raped and murdered 2 years ago, Fortune. But we didn't get so many signatures. People, it's easy to come on Facebook and say, oh, blah, blah, blah. But when we say, okay, calm down, let's do a walk.
Yes.
Calm down. Those are the things that would make the policy makers, but we are not the ones to change those laws. It's the policy makers, right? And before I write to them, or organizations write to them and say, they need to see that the population is as mad and behind these organizations. And then they are also going to draft a bill, and they're going to put their weight on that bill. But if there's no support, like if, for example, at home, I want to do something and nobody there is in support of what I want to do, will I not leave it? Yeah, so I have to first of all get them to buy that idea, and then I can now write, for example, if I had a husband, for example, I can say, okay, this is what the children are thinking, and I think that, then he can now willingly do it, even if he did not really want to do it. But if the children don't care, I myself don't care, why should I expect him to care, right? So I think that especially with something like rape, maybe some of those people did themselves rape too. So they need to get a lot of pressure from the grassroots.
Yes.
And that is what we have to do, what we want to do.
Okay. I was even thinking if you can organize a walk. Yeah. Walk but I talked with this girl, Tembeng Eli, who is also working on this rape issue in the Southwest, and then she said she tried that once, and she went for authorization, and they refused, that they don't want any demonstration, any walking and all that on the streets and all that. But I think that was going to be something big too, and involving the children as well, putting them in front and march together.
Last year we did in Douala we had 100 people. In Yaoundé we had maybe 25 people. I think some said, oh, you did not market, you did not talk about it a lot and stuff and everything, but I mean, social media, how many millions of people are there? If you put a case up, you see the people who come on. Yes. But now, calm down, let's walk now. So let's see how it happens this year. I think progressively each year, the campaign picks up. I really want to throw my weight behind this campaign because it's a specific campaign, And for me, it's not about me. It's not about H4AB. It's about the cause. It's about the children, innocent children who have been violated. It's about sending a message to these perpetrators and people who think about this kind of things, that, oh no, we are seeing you, we are serious about this thing. It's not about one organization, it's about many of us coming together and doing this. I really want to thank you, dear. I want to thank you for honoring me with this. I wish my home were a 5-star hotel, so you have the best of experience. But one thing I learned from you, I'll be very honest, and I'll say it live, is that it is not the comfort, it is not that space, it is the warmth, it is the and that is why sometimes I also go to some place over and over, because I love the warmth. It's not about the comfort and all of that. Sometimes I like my quiet too, but at times when I want to be in a family, and a family which kind of welcomes you, and where you share, and there's all of that love and all of that. So yes, my home is open, Harriet. I'm so grateful, and my organization is here. I'm going to make MOH Foundation a partner. We will have to work together. It's like I'm a different generation, you're a younger generation, but we have the same vision, and then we can relate to different people, and we are all passionate about children. So thank you very much. Thank you, dear viewers. This is my first guest, and I really look forward to doing more of such segments. And I'm hoping the Network for Solidarity, Hope and Empowerment, we can get to do one maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So we talk some more about this campaign. It starts with me, and I get more people in Douala to join us, carry this campaign out much more effectively this year. Last year we just went to one school to launch it, but this year we are hoping to go to many schools and go into the communities to organize some events. I'm already thinking about organizing one in my own neighborhood. It starts with me campaign, getting the word out. Sometimes people just don't even know, and they don't also know where to go to, if at all. So that's why they go to the police, and the police can easily just tell them, go home and settle. They don't know that they can come to organizations like our own, and we can pick this up for them. And sometimes we can also help them financially, so that they are not tempted to take that money because they don't have money to go to the hospital and all of those kind of things. Thank you so much, those who viewed. Thank you so much, those who are going to view. I put the link to her Facebook page there, and our website and our Facebook page. Please join us if you can volunteer for this campaign. It starts with me. It's not about H4AB. It's about the campaign. It starts with me. So yes, join us. And if you want to be my guest, it mustn't be. We don't have to be sitting together. I think StreamYard or Facebook Live will work better next time, wherever you are. I am yours, Maria Banga, founder of the association Hope for the Abused and the Battered. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless us all. Bye-bye, Harriet.
Bye-bye.